can you tell us what happened as you were walking into the intersection there on Court Street?
So, yeah,
about what time it was?
Oh gosh, what time was it? Like 2:30, wasn't it? 2:15. So,
2:58.
2:58.
2:58. Sorry. Um, the police had the the 10th and Court blocked off, so I was trying to get people to go around, but they weren't listening. But so I met up with Eddie. They were on the side. I met up with Eddie and Juan, and then a kid was getting arrested. So Juan took out his phone and was recording it, and I went around the police car to try to get a recording on the other side. I did, and I went into the police car, and that's when they arrested me. Was because I was recording Juan and Eddie, and I was recording all of them getting arrested. And then so we were in booking for a while, for about an hour, and then once I got in holding, I got a lot of stories from the girls. But I won't get into that. The thing that I found that was wrong was in there that these girls, they were in booking for at least 3 days or more, and they still haven't had a hygiene pack. That's all they wanted was a hygiene pack, and these guards were telling them no, that they couldn't have a hygiene pack. They weren't providing them their basic need of a toothbrush, toothpaste, and soap. They had no soap. These women had no soap. And they were just banging on the door to try to get a shower also. They wouldn't give them a shower. I was even asking, one time I asked for water. Or actually, what I really stated was juice. But water would have fine. They said, no, we don't have any more. And yeah. So, and then after a while, I took a nap. And then, so after a while, yeah, we were bailed.
So you got word that you were bailed?
Yeah, I got word that I was bailed right after. I was gonna tell him again that I wanted water, and that I wanted a bed and a blanket because I was getting cold. Mm-hmm. But because they didn't even give me a bed or a blanket when I first got in. And then they said that I was on bail already.
Okay. Now, once you started, can you explain the process that you went through, I guess, on entry or on exit, when they discharge you or whatever? How did that go?
Well, we entered through like a garage, and from there they took us into this like little like blocked off. I don't know how to explain it. Like basically that was locked down already, and they took all my phone. Well, they already had my phone. They took my holder. They took all my jewelry, and they did a search. They had me have my hands on the wall, and they did a search there. And then I went in and waited for booking. So, and there they just asked me questions and did fingerprint, and that was pretty much it.
Okay.
From there, and then I went into holding, and then from there coming out, we did. They gave my shoes. What they give me back? My shoes and my jacket, and that was it. And then in another bag, once we actually got out, they gave me the rest of my stuff, my jewelry and stuff.
Okay, and would you say that their behavior was professional? Would you say? I mean, how would you say that they acted towards you?
Pretty much getting in. They're kind of but. Yeah, then my cuffs, when I was first handcuffed, they were really tight. And, but in there, they were pretty much kind of okay. But there's just one lady, like, she was, I didn't get her name, but she was just totally rude. She was ignoring these ladies that were with me in the holding cell. Because like I said, they wanted their basic stuff they wanted, and they didn't want to give it to them.
Do you remember which holding cell it was?
Yes. H5.
H5.
Mhm.
Okay. So, they could probably check and verify who was covering that room at that time.
Yeah, it was yeah. There was a couple guys that went in and well, what did she do? Oh, she said to me once when they actually took me out, they said, "Oh, don't you have a bed or a blanket?" I'm like, "No, I wasn't provided one when I got in." And so that lady saw like, "Oh, well, this ain't a 5-star motel, so this is jail." Like, yeah.
Isn't there one more?
Yeah. Is that all questions for her?
I think that's pretty much it. Is there anything else that stands out in your mind that you found odd or?
Oh, what I found offensive of these stories these ladies were telling me about previous times that they were booked. Like one lady, she told me that she actually seen somebody give birth in a holding cell because they didn't have a nurse. They didn't have a nurse, so they weren't going to do anything. And she said that this has happened multiple times. Like women will just in the holding cell, they'll just have their baby because if there's no nurse, they'll just leave them. Yep. And this same lady also said that she witnessed this old man. They brought him in and they said he was being uncooperative. I think she said, yeah, is what they said. And so, but when he was coming in, he was not being uncooperative. He was just like, wait a minute, but wasn't really being uncooperative, is what she said. And he still had his handcuffs on, and they flew him on the ground, and they basically bashed his head in because he died. She got word the next day that he was dead, that he didn't live. Yeah.
That is horrible.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to ask any more questions. Honestly, seriously, I'm afraid to ask any more questions.
Yeah, you know who that story was, right?
That was Richard Scher.
I did not know who that was.
Talked about?
Russell.
Yeah. Russell. Yeah, sorry.
It's still recording.
Oh my bad.
If there's nothing else that you can think of that sticks out in your mind about what happened,
I think I covered it all. Yep.
Okay.